Picture this. You're the owner of a Duke 390. One day you're riding in the city on your Duke. Then you stop at a red light. Seconds later, a Duke pulls up next to you. Intrigued, you give it a quick look. Yeah, it looks like the same bike as yours, a Duke 390. Light turns green, you rev and then you charge. But to your surprise, the bike next to you left you in the dust behind. You start wondering what just happened. And then you take a close look and see that it was a Duke 390 that just left you behind. The point of this story? The design. That motorcycle which left you behind in the dust is the Duke 790. Yes, the same motorcycle that looks like a freaking knife moving on the road. Probably the sharpest looking motorcycle in the segment. But is it even worth the price? Well, today you are going to know whether it's even worth the price or not, considering the engine, the technology, the design, the rider's comfort, and of course its rivals like the Kawasaki Z900 and the Suzuki GSX 750. So, starting with the design. The design similarities between the Duke 390 and the Duke 790 are so much that even if you are deep into bikes, you won't be able to differentiate between the 790 and the 390 unless you are deep into KTM. The design is sharp as the 390. That Street Fighter position and stance is still there. The headlight unit is pretty much the same. The instrument cluster is almost the same as well until you start toggling between the features. The differentiating points are the 790 badging and the stickers mainly. But you can also notice the presence of a larger exhaust outlet on the 790. Another differentiating factor would be the wider rear tires, but that's going to be pretty much all. Talking about the engine and the performance, the Duke 790, or popularly known as the Scalpel, is a motorcycle that punches a lot of performance at its heart. How much? Well, its parallel twin engine produces 105 bhp and 87 Nm of torque. Swap these numbers and you can get yourself a hatchback or a sedan with almost the same numbers but at a lower price. But what do these numbers result in? Well, the acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour as per the company is 3.11 seconds. That's even faster than an AMG GT Black Series. But in the real world tests with the help of a VBOX, the Duke 790 did an acceleration run of 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds, which is still very impressive for a bike that costs the price of a normal hatchback or a sedan. The reason why the Duke 790 accelerates so fast is because of the availability of torque in the lower RPMs. 67 Nm of torque out of the almost 87 Nm in the 790 is available well below 4000 RPM, and this results in an engine delivering quite a huge momentum to the motorcycle. Since bragging rights are also being taken into consideration, top speed has to be impressive, and it happens to be just that. On the speedometer, the 790 will do a top speed of 231 kmph. But considering the real world timings, the Duke 790 will do 220 kmph, which isn't bad in any terms and is more than enough in real life, so probably it will be doing maximum 150 or 160 kmph. Now lastly, the ergonomics. The seat on the 790 is definitely more wider and comfortable than the one on the Duke 390. So this means that the Duke 790 is better suited for longer rides as well, which the Duke 390 was of course not. This also makes the 790 a very versatile motorcycle, which can be used by you for commuting to work. It can also serve as a weekend tourer if you are the wanderlust kind of person, and is capable of doing occasional track days, which means that the 790 is a bomb of a motorcycle overall. Now, coming to the conclusion, all of this seems good. The design, the engine, the performance, exhaust note, everything. But only when you come to the cost of the Duke 790 is when you realize that how much the Duke 790 is overpriced. The Duke 790, when it was launched in India, costed about 8.64 lakhs ex showroom. The on-road price was 9.28 lakhs in Delhi. That's so very expensive considering that the competition offers more power and more performance and comfort at a price much lesser than that. So it was pretty obvious that the Scalpel had to be discontinued. KTM is soon going to relaunch the BSX version of the bike, and this time the price is going to be a little bit more reasonable, and that's a great thing. But KTM did suffer some serious losses because of the overpricing they did with the 790. They learned it the hard way, but in the end they learned it, and that is what matters. We trust they are not going to repeat the same mistake in future. So that will be all for this time. We trust you like this one. If you did, then please do share it with your friends and do consider subscribing to Motor Drift for more such content in the future. Also join in the Motor Drift community, which is present on platforms like Discord, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, whatever you like. The links will be in the description below. We would love to have you as a part of our community. So please join in. Till then, ciao.